What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Etan and Devo show. We got a great show today. We got some Orange Legends on with us right now. Lazarus Sims, John Wallace, and Otis Hill. We appreciate y'all coming on, and it's uh bittersweet, like Otis said before. This podcast, we lost one of our Orange brothers, all-time great, the greatest scorer in Syracuse basketball history, Lawrence Moten. So we just want to share some stories and celebrate his life and all he did on the court, but more importantly, off the court. So we appreciate y'all coming on, fellas.
Yeah, yeah. One thing about
Glad to be
poetry,
here. Glad to be here.
one thing about poetry, he loved Syracuse, and he talked so smooth. And he was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this, this, and this. What do you think about this? He'd do his hand like this, and he was that. One thing I like about poetry is he was so loved at Syracuse, and he was the legend. We get love when we go back, and that's one thing that was always great. And he appreciated it. And we're sitting there talking. We're talking one time on the train going up there, and we just talking. We see different people coming by, and everybody say "Cuse in the house." They still say that, yell out loud at the train station, and it's just a lot of Cuse love. And he always really appreciated it. Like it would make him light up. Like he would just have that big smile and just say, "Yeah, I love going back." So I mean, it's he loved Cuse, man, and Cuse loved him. So he's definitely gonna be missed.
Yeah, man. This is my first time actually talking about it. Obviously everyone else that reached out to me, I couldn't talk to them, but I could talk to my brothers because we all share the same love, and we all actually really knew him and shared time and the court and stories with him. So it's different to talk to you guys about, my brother Lawrence, and it's just unbelievable. He was in such great shape. He had just got the new job down there, and he was so happy. I mean, he was ecstatic about moving back to D.C., being close to his daughters, the job he had, being able to, take that program to the next level. And it just, to have this happen, man, it's just unbelievable. And the off-the-court stuff that he did, we all know about it, from working with kids to, just always showing everybody love. I mean, who do you know that was cooler than Mo? I mean, he might have been the coolest walk,
that leather jacket.
Everything about Mo. Even though sometimes he'd make a pass to you, and just had to put an extra cool flair on it. Mo was just so cool, man.
Yeah,
It's making me cry right now, man, because I miss my man.
That nice black leather jacket was Doug. He always rocked. It was Shaft.
Yeah, y'all had a special team in the way that he played and the way that he talk about that a little bit, Otis. You know what I mean? Like the way that he was, and Coach really he tells this story of Coach telling him never mind the play, just go get a bucket. You know what I mean? He loved telling that story. Talk about how it was being his teammate.
Man, it was so amazing to be his teammate because Mo.
Hold up, J-Dub, you breaking up?
Oh, go ahead, dog. Oh,
I didn't say anything.
Mo, I thought it was breaking up, but Mo was just, man. He, like John said, the silky smoothness. But me and Mo had a different relationship because everybody else was hard on me because I was big, I was a little bit lazy, and I had everybody coming at me. And Mo used to pull me to the side, and I never forget it. He said, "Yo, I know you want to do this for your family, and I know you want to do this to make everybody else better. But if you don't love it, you got to do this for yourself." And I never forget he changed my mind my freshman year when I redshirted. And every time it was always an interaction of love. It was never because Adrian would get on me, Z would get on me, John would get on me, Luke would get on me. And I needed it. I needed that. But I also needed that person that was like, "Hey, don't worry about it. Pat on the back." And I never forget one day I was listening to music. I was listening to some hardcore rap, and Mo came by playing the Sade. He said, "Young fella, this is how you get the girls." And I looked at him. Ever since then, playing number slow jam, Sade all day. that was Mo, man. That was Mo.
Yeah, it show you right.
Z, you tell us 2 memories you have with Mo.
And so for me, my relationship with Mo started before those guys because me and Mo came in together. You know what I mean? I came in '91 and I redshirted, so that's when John and Otis came in second year. But me and Mo came in, and people don't know it. Like we came in with 6 freshmen, 5 of us was all Americans. So we came in wanting to run the building. Like at that time, hard head young boys running the university. Can't tell us nothing. We about to go at the old heads, Dave Johnson, Adrian Autry, Hop. We coming in. And Mo was always this way, even after that, and he's still that way now. He's like, yo, we on the same team. It's us against them, and we gonna do what we need to do together. He was always so. As freshmen, it was like, oh, we going at everybody, sophomores, juniors, seniors. We going at everybody as freshmen. Like our group, this is our group. Me, him, Ant Harris, Luke Jackson. We had Glenn Secunda, JB Reef Snyder. So we came in big time heavy, and to see my brother his first start our freshman year, we none of us was starting. Boeheim just wasn't listening to it, wasn't trying to hear us, and we ended up going to Florida State. And one of the I don't know if Hop, a DJ, or somebody went down, and that was Mo's first start. And I remember him coming in the room saying, "Man, I'm starting tonight." I called my mom, and she said, "Don't give it back." And that's what he lived on.
Right.
Yeah, that was him. That was his
So So I'll take you further now. When we talk about the love he has for Syracuse and Syracuse has for him,
yeah.
I'm one. I am the reason for him being back in Cuse because when he was at home, he wasn't getting the love he was supposed to get. He should have gotten the love he's getting right now. So he had called me when I was commissioner of parks, and he was like, "Yo, Z, I need to make a change." He was doing he was doing part-time teaching, substitute teaching. He was like, "Bro, I need to make a change. You commissioner, I'll come down and work with you." I was like, "Mo, I can't hire you full time, but I can get you a job. Get up if you want to come." So he called me and I was like, "Yo, I got a job for you." I put him in priest with the people with Promise Zone. So that's what brought Mo back to Cuse. And like you said, Etan, when he was coming back, he was full of, they gonna love him, they gonna know me. He embraced it. He embraced it.
No, he definitely did. He definitely did. I remember when we was coming back for CBT, I had this fatherhood panel. This is back in 2014, I think. 14, 15, something like that. And I asked J-Dub was one of the people I asked to be on the father panel because we was, CBT. So he come in that morning, and everybody knows CBT is kicking it weekend. You know what I mean? Like you kick it. That's all the black and brown alumni come back and just have parties together, everything like that. So we had a thing in the morning, the fatherhood panel. So he come in, afterwards. Before that, he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, I ain't gonna sleep all night. You must be my man for me to do this." I was like, "Hey, man, I appreciate it." He's like, "Man, I'm talking 0 hours of sleep."
Yes,
But that's just how he
sir.
was. He was like giving up himself. You know what I mean? Like, taking a break during a weekend that's supposed to be just really for kicking it and to sit on a fatherhood panel, man. That's just the type of person that he was. He always looked out for his brothers, his Cuse brothers, and that's why Syracuse loved him. That's why his brothers always loved him. So he was just special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the town is hurting for him right now.
Devo, you talk about some of the work that you was doing with him off the court, because it's important for people to really know the fullness of him. Everybody knows that he was a prolific scorer, the best scorer in Syracuse history, you know what I mean? One of the best in Big East history. But talk about some of the stuff that y'all were doing together, giving back to the community of Syracuse.
Yeah, so obviously my experience with Mo is a little bit different than everybody on here. I didn't play with Mo. The first time I met Mo was when I was a sophomore at Syracuse. Obviously you heard about Mo, all-time leading scorer. So that's somebody that you look up to, right away without even meeting him, just as a basketball player. But when I met him my sophomore year, he was actually coming back to finish up his degree at Syracuse. So he was living on campus, on South Campus. He was actually like right down the street from me living. So we were close. And, he was at every single practice, and we clicked automatically. That was my big bro right away, you know, and we hung out, and obviously we talked hoop, but you know, if you know Mo, he's definitely not afraid to share wisdom with you. You know what I mean? Just about life, and so the conversations we had, you know, went in depth, and you know, the biggest thing I really took from him was you know, how important it was for him to be a good dad. You know, and he always talked about his daughters, and you know,
Mhm.
myself having two daughters, and you know, everybody on here has children, and
As
um,
children.
it was just important to me to have him sit me down as a young fella, and really speak that life into me. You know, and we could talk hoop. That's, you know, that's one thing, but he took the time to speak about these life things. You know, these challenges that you go through with being a young parent. I was 21 and had my girls in college, but he was always there to support. And fast forward, you know, several years
Yes,
later.
Prince.
Uh, you know, Mo was one of my really closest friends. He was a close friend. We hung out when he was, you know, when he was here in Cuse. We did camps together. You know, he was at all the events that I did for the foundation. You know, he called me and congratulated me on whatever it was. You know, he was just a real genuine dude. And no matter what room you were in, it was Lawrence Moten. It wasn't, and that's who it was. It wasn't another guy. You know, you know, some people uh, they go into the gym and they're one person, and you go into a party or whatever, and you're totally different. Mo was Mo through everything. You know what I mean? He never changed, and I really respect that about him. He was a genuine, he was an authentic person, and you know, we hear about all the love that he gave everybody. I mean, he did that 20 times. You know, to me, you know, I mean, just over and over, just always support and showing love, and um, you know, honestly, I was in disbelief, man. I just had spoken to him probably the week prior, and then he was just talking about how excited he was about, you know, getting his job, and like John said, being back with his girls. And
Mhm.
so when I heard the news, it was tough, man. It's still tough, but you know, this is a person that he was out in the community from the very beginning. You know, as Z knows, you know, this guy C Newt, he was down the way, and uh,
Yeah.
he was in the city. You know, some people go to Syracuse and they don't go down the way. They don't immerse themselves in the community. I think Mo was one of really the first guys to, like, he was in the community. He was down the way. He was mingling with the neighborhood, and I was the same way when I came to Syracuse. So we had that connection, and we knew the same people. We ran into the same people, and Mo just had a heart of gold, man. He was a guy that you wanted to be around, and people wanted to be around him. And like I said, he was just him. He was always Mo. He wasn't changing for anybody. And I'm just super grateful to have had that friendship with him for so long. And he helped me and he supported me. You know, and that's something that I'll never forget and that I'll always be grateful for.
You know, you mentioned him wanting to be a great father, and we had some great conversations around that because we, you know, we both have daughters. Like I have a son, but I also, you know, daughters, and everybody there just know having daughters is different than having sons. It's just
Ooh,
all
yes,
different
sir.
dynamic, right? So we were
Yes,
talking,
sir.
we was talking about having your daughters back and like
As
protecting
they,
them, but
well,
also at
we
the
all
same
got
time,
daughters.
I know, right? Yeah, but then also at the same time, how you discipline daughters different than sons. Man, if you would have seen, heard some of our conversations, because you know, sometimes you try to be tough with your daughters like you do with your sons, and then they look at you, they got that lip come out, that you be like, all right, come on, baby, it's all right. You know what I
Right,
mean? You gotta
right,
give a
right.
little hug. And your son looking there like, that's not how you did me. And Bo would talk about that, and then also talking about the wanting to be protective of them as they get older. So he was saying how we were talking about, you know, both our daughters with sports. Mine was in volleyball, his was in basketball. So she was having a tough time down there. I think Coach Leggett was coaching her. And then my daughter was having a tough time on her volleyball. And we were talking about how we pump them up and make them know that we have their back. And if they want to do some extra drills with us and, you know, all that different stuff, we become their biggest cheerleader and then their motivator and
Right.
all these different stuff, all these different hats that we use. And we was just like two guys talking about our kids for like hours. You know what I mean? Like we didn't even talk basketball. It was just
Right.
about our kids. And that's that's the beautiful thing, that connection that you have. Because I didn't play with Mo. You know, he's a little older than me, but we all
Right.
connected through different stuff as Q's brothers, and that's just what made it special, though. J Dub, you know, and y'all connection and stuff like that, because you was a little bit younger than he was, but now going back to like how good he was on the court as a scorer, because he would tell all the stories, and I would hear all the stories about how he could really create and get a bucket for himself without a play even being drawn. You know what I mean? He was just a prolific scorer. Talk about the level of scorer that he was, and you seeing it up close in person.
The first time I saw Mo was at the Boston Shootout. That was back when the Boston Shootout was the best tournament in the country. The top 8 cities in the United States playing basketball, and Mo was there with DC, and he dropped 37 points on Kerry Kittles. And New Orleans won it that year with Randy Livingston, Kerry Kittles, Dwayne Spencer. They won the whole tournament.
I remember
Mo had 37 and destroyed Kerry. Then he went to college and did the same thing, dropped 37 on Kerry at Villanova.
Don't put him on my level, coach. Don't put him on my level, coach.
Don't put him on my level. Hey, yo, J-Dub, you look good, you play good, man. You look good, you play good. You know what I mean? And,
yes, sir.
Otis to know this story, because the first time Mo and I met up at school, like me, him, and Otis, we went and play one-on-one at Thornton Park.
Yep.
Otis, honestly, I feel bad for you because you ain't have like the all-around game that we had. So, I mean...
Hey, I learned a lot that day. I learned a lot. I scored like 3 buckets. I scored like 3 buckets that day.
We played up to 100. Mo beat me like 100 to 98. And that was the first time I literally lost a one-on-one game in like 3,000 games. You know what I'm saying? Like I really didn't lose one-on-one.
You see the quick flex, but go ahead.
I don't know how he could beat me one-on-one. Like, you know what I mean? But Mo could really score, man. He could really score.
He could.
I'm gonna throw Z under the bus too, because I got this indelible image of Mo hitting Z with the high cross one time, and Z hopping the wrong way while he was getting crossed, man. At Manley Fieldhouse.
I hated it.
I can't say I remember that one, but you might be right.
Look at him.
He's a bucket, man. Mo was a bucket, for real.
He was tough.
I don't care who was on him, man. Mo was a bucket. I don't care.
Yes, he was.
6'2", fast, quick, strong. He ain't care about none of that, man.
He sure didn't.
Mo was just gonna go at that slow pace. You know what to mess you up? Mo was the fastest on our team. He ran like a 4.5 40.
Yep.
Nobody know that. Like Mo was really fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Pigeon toed looked slow.
It was
Pigeon toed looked slow as ever.
Yup.
Was he as good in football as he was saying that he was? Because I ain't never seen him play football.
What y'all was saying about daughters, man?
Great.
Because Etan, he had incredible hands. He had incredible hands. He never missed the pass, fam.
Never.
He had some definitely big, extra big hands.
Yeah, but going back to the daughter thing, that was probably when Mo and I talked about most of our daughters, because he made me a better father for my daughters.
Okay.
You know, because my kids are older. My oldest son is older than his Laurencia and Leilani. But I have boys, and like you said, boys are way different than your daughters.
Way different.
Right.
And the way he was pouring into me about helping me raise my daughters, I'll never, ever forget that. You know, that was most of our conversations about our daughters, man, because he loved his daughters so much, and he poured so much into them.
Yeah.
Man, he talked to his daughters when he got to work. When they got to work, they called him at lunchtime. When they got home, like he talked to his daughters when I seen him at least 4 times a day. So that's just only when I seen him, and that's on a working day.
Wow. Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about when y'all was playing together, because you know you hear all the legends. I didn't see all of those, but I saw him scoring a lot of buckets. You know what I mean? Like a whole lot of buckets.
Mo was so tough because he could change directions. And like John said, He was so fast, but his slow pace game is what used to mess everybody up. And don't let him extend on that jump shot. He do the Hakeem shake and then turn around and hit that short jumper over you. Once he got that clicking, then he go into the basket. Mo had such a bag. He had a bag before they was even saying bag. Like he'd cross you up. Like I remember that pickup game John was talking about, because that's when I said I gotta go play in the park. Because my game was straight physical. I was straight football. And I'm sitting there, and John and him are at I think they was at 78. And I was ready to quit. And you know, John laughing just like he did right now. And I never forget, Mo said, big fella, we need you. And when he looked at me, he said, nah, we're gonna get you right. And then he talked, I'll never forget, he talked to Derek Brower for me. And Derek Brower came in, and Derek Brower said, yo, Mo said I need to teach you a couple little things. And I looked at Mo, and he said he gonna get you right. And Derek Brower taught me that little jump hook I used to do. And that became my signature move. And Mo said, I'll never forget when he came back to Georgetown that game and he hugged me. He said, come on now, jump hook him to death. and that's what I did. And Mo it's so hard because he has such a light in him. You know, Mo had a light wherever he was, whoever he was around. He was not a negative person
at all.
And he uplifted. I know for me personally, he uplifted me because Boeheim used to go at me. And I used to get, sometimes I'd be like, I'm gonna punch this dude in his face and just quit college and be done. And Mo be like, big fella, what you gonna do? Go home and work in the gas station? You right. You right. So Mo definitely was that positive light when everything was dark sometimes. He was just that light, man. And he brought that energy. He did. John thinking about that one-on-one game because I was frustrated. Man, I miss him, man. I miss him to death, man. He called me before the last CBT. He got my number from the office and he said, oh, you coming? I was like, big five. I was like, I'm in this transition of changing jobs. And he said, I love you. And I don't know what it was. We hung on with the phone. My wife looking at me, she like, why are you crying? I was like, yo, my teammate just told me he loved me and I ain't seen him in years. And I told him I love him back. And she was like, she said he must be a special person. And absolutely, he was definitely one of the most special people I've ever come across.
Man, when you talk about just encouraging, man, he called me one time, I think I even said it on social media. He texted me after after I did the interview with Adam Weitzman, right?
Right.
He was like, "Hey, man, that was real good." You know, I could hear his voice in the text. You know, I could hear some.
Right.
Like, hey, man, that was real good. It's really, really, needed to be said. I was like, "Oh, I appreciate it." He said, "Let me call you real quick." So he called me. We talked for like over an hour, and because I guess he had mentioned the same question on his show, and he was telling me, he was like, "Hey, you're gonna get a little heat for this though. I just want you to know this." And I was like, well, why is there so much heat? He was like, yeah, it's a long story, a lot. He's like, you'll find out now. He's like, there's gonna be people that's mad at you. Some people going, kind of back away from you. You're gonna see how, and everything that he was telling me happened, right? And so he was just preparing me. And so I remember after it started happening, I hit him. He was like, I was like, yeah, everything you said is exactly what happened, bro. Like, he's like, I've been in this for a while. He's like, but I appreciate, the passion that you have and that you just want to, go out and talk about what's right. And he's like, all the different things, like I follow. So he started naming different stuff that I had posted, like over for the last 2 or 3 weeks. He said, yeah, I see all that. I see all of it. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh,
that was Mo.
He's like, I'm proud of you, man. And he's like, you're authentic. He was like, so from the time that you was here in Syracuse, how you were, like the things that you would be interested in and the stuff that would make you've been it the whole time. He was just like, I just want to say I'm proud of you. And like you say, it like hit me. I was like, man, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's so genuine and it's so like when you can feel the love from somebody through the phone. Like we weren't in person. This is through the phone. So it's like, yeah, that's just how he was, Z. You know what I mean, dude?
I never saw Mo get upset. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, ever. Like, so I like I said, I met him my sophomore year here at Syracuse where I was 19 years old. I'm 38 years old now. So in all my time with Mo, when I spent a good amount of time with Mo,
Right.
on and off the floor, I never saw him get mad. I never seen him get mad ever. You know what I mean? He was always even keel, man. He always had that like you said, smooth approach to everything. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like it's and then as far as playing goes, like Mo was still playing as he got older. Mo was playing in his late 40s and still playing, into his 50s, and I
Right.
remember during COVID, everything was shut down, but it was one part where it was full court and they were getting after it a little bit. So one day it was me, Mookie Jones and Lawrence. We went to the court and we got these other two little kids and it was a bunch of like older high school kids and maybe some college, but we ran the court. You know what I mean? Like it just like and Mo out there, like obviously he's not moving how he was moving in college, but man, you could just see it. He how he talks, that's how he played. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that, he was
Right.
his
Yeah.
movements were so smooth and everything. If he moved, it
Mhm.
was like a, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was like
That's him.
it was. I mean, his nickname is poetic, right? Poetry. So
Right.
it fits the build. It fits the mold of who he was. But I remember one story too. It was funny, and I'm having all these like memories come back to my mind. And this one was funny because Mo he's funny without trying to be funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like
Yes,
it's like, yo,
exactly.
Mo, I can't help but to laugh at this guy because he's just too smooth with it sometimes.
Right.
But so this was when I was in school and Mo was back. He was always at all the games. And I think I had a bad game. It was against I forget who was against. And Mo called me after the game and we were just chopping it up and again just give me encouragement, support, and motivation as always. But I remember one I said something to him and I was like, man, Mo, what do you think about this or something? And then he was like, young fella, I can't tell you, I never had a bad game. so I'm like, but he is straight shooter, man. Like he just gonna give it to you. He gonna give you the real every single time, and
Yeah.
I just respected that. And
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna miss him a lot, man. When I heard it again, it was just like, I was crying. It was emotional because you just and then I seen the highlights of when he used to play and just I just seen Mo. We just had an event back in in the summer. It was like a women's event, and Mo was there, and he knew my daughters. You know what I mean? He seen my daughters when they were born to now. I have the picture of him taking it with my oldest daughter, and I was just looking at a bunch of pictures we had together, and we did camps. We traveled and. So we had time to talk. Some of the camps we do would be, 2-3 hours away, and we always rode together. He'd call me. He'd be like, "You picking me up, E?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you, Mo." Like
That's
we
all
ride
right.
out,
I love it.
and then like in the camps, like how he spoke to the kids.
Yeah.
It was authentic. You could tell the difference between when somebody talking and when it's fake and when it's real. And
Right.
Mo was always authentic with that, and he loved speaking to the kids. He couldn't wait to do it. You had to really like grab the mic from him, like, all right, Mo, like let's do the camp now. You know what I mean? But he was one of a
That's
kind,
bold.
man. He was one of a kind, and I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him a lot. He was a special person.
Yeah.
Was he? This I was asked before. Was he really as good in football as he used to say he was? Because let him tell it, he was nice, but I never saw him play football. But
Man,
he was good.
He was tough because John played football, but he gave it up for basketball, and I played football. Mo and I at one point, like we were gonna leave and start playing football together. Boeheim found out, and Mo was like, "Nah, big fella, I ain't gonna do it." So I thought I was gonna do it, and then me and Mo started talking about football, and then I started doing some research because I got peoples in DC. They said he was like all DC for like 3 years straight at cornerback.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they said he was tough. I'm pretty sure he had scholarships to Michigan, Ohio State.
Say no more.
That's it.
Right. And he used that on defense a lot. If you watched him, Mo had a lot of steals. I think he was either top 10 or top 15 in the Big East as far as steals are concerned, because he would anticipate like a defensive back. So a lot of times, if that ball was coming high, he's getting it. If you throwing that cross-court pass to the other side, he's getting that ball. And he was tough. Like, a lot of people don't realize he wasn't that guy, I'm big and tough, but Mo would take hits, and that was my job. Bayham told me, anybody hit him, you go get him. All right, that's what I want to do. Let's go.
Yeah.
But he was just, man, like, hearing Devendorf and hearing the time, hearing everybody talk about him, hearing you guys talk about him, my Cuse brothers, it just makes me feel so just, it's like it was too soon.
Yeah.
Somebody like him, man, that's too soon. This world, we lost a light, man. We really did, as far as a person, a father, a ball player, a mentor. He tried to grab everybody he could and pull them in.
Yeah, he did.
And it's just, I hadn't talked to Mo in years. And I don't know if y'all remember Victor Page from G-Town.
Yeah. Of course.
Y'all remember Victor Page? Well, Victor Page used to be in that street life.
Yeah.
And my cousin knew Victor. He was from DC. Okay. And I'll never forget it. My cousin, he was in trouble, and somehow, some way or the other, Mo got him out. I don't know how it happened. He got him out of trouble. And I'm sitting here, and I had just moved to Kentucky. It's probably like 4 years ago.
Okay.
And my phone rings. He said, big fella. I said, this could only be one person. Mo T, what's up? And we started talking. And I can't even tell you, I think we were on the phone, and I don't do the phone. I just don't do the phone. Right. We were on the phone for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And my son's looking at me, and my daughter's looking at me. They're like, Dad, you all right? And I said, yeah. I said, I just talked to a special person. And that's the way I could only classify him, man, as a special person, man.
Yeah, wow. He's definitely gonna be missed. I'm glad that we got together here and talked about him, and some good times and some good smiles. And that's how he wanted it, for us to remember him and celebrate his life. And definitely, Z, I know he dropped off before he told the details of the funeral. They just put him out, but I'm definitely gonna try to make it there and pay my respects, because it's right here in Maryland, and I'm right here. He loved, and it's interesting when Z said that he wasn't getting the love in the DMV like he should have, and he definitely should. Like, he should get love, everywhere that he goes. And I'm thankful that he felt the love from the Syracuse community, and when he would talk about it, his whole face would light up. You know what I mean? So just all the fans that's listening to this, the appreciation that you showed him, the love that you showed him, it meant something to him, and he felt it. So I just want to let all of y'all know that, if you ever came and showed love to poetry, it really affected him. So, hey man, I appreciate y'all coming on. This special, we're gonna start getting back with the Etan and Devo show here soon. Looking forward to big things from the current team. So we're talking about that and a lot of different topics. But I'm glad that we were able to get together as brothers and talk about Lawrence Moten the way that we just did. So I'm glad I was able to do that, E.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just what, it's sad, but we also want to celebrate his life and everything that he did. And just real quick, it's funny because you talk about he didn't get the love back home when he was alive, but then now something tragic like this happens, and then you see everybody posting and doing all that, and it's sad in the world that we live that for something like this has to happen for him to get the love that he deserves. So I was talking to a bunch of people, E and O, and I want to give everybody their flowers when they're here, show them love when they're here. And like, as men, I know sometimes it's hard to, say, hey, I love you. You know what I mean? But you want to be able to let people know what you mean to them. You know what I mean? And that you love them, that you care for them, family, friends, whatever it is. That helps people continue to go forward. And we all know, it's a lot of stuff going on in the world, people dealing with mental stuff. So just a call, just a text, just to let them know, hey, I'm just thinking about you. I hope everything's good. If you need me, I'm here. And Mo was one of those guys. He was one of those guys who always checked up on me, whether it be text, it would be a phone call, whatever it is. So if I could take anything from Mo, I want to be able to take that. I want to be able to be vulnerable and tell people how much I care about them, love them, and not wait until they're gone. Because look, man, you never know. I mean, who's that? Like, Mo was in shape. He was healthy. I mean, I just saw him. I used to pull up on Mo. He was on Westcott. He'd be outside on the porch. He had his little Devo bench out there, like curling. I'm like, Mo, what's going on? Like, man, just getting a little workout. That's so. Man, he spreads so much love, he so much light, so much positivity, and I want to be able to do that the same. And I don't want to wait to do it, because we never know when it's our time. So that's something that I really took from Mo.
Right. So, hey man, well, like I said, thanks for getting this together and for us doing this just tribute to Lawrence Moten. And like I said, we'll be back soon. We're going to get back started with the Etan and Devo show. Oh, Hill, how I feel about you. Talking about some giving people the hours while they're here. My freshman year, you really took me under your wing. I had a tough freshman year. I was playing with Ben.
Oh yeah.
Freshman, I had the freshman blues.
Yes, sir.
Like, oh
I
my
know
gosh.
how it is.
Bernie was getting on my nerves with these weird drills I was doing. But I'll tell you though, those drills, I kept doing them my entire career.
I did them overseas. Me too.
When I started coaching my son in his AU team, I still implemented some of those Bernie drills.
Right.
Shout out Bird. Shout out Big Bird, man.
Shout out Bernie. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the way that you pushed me, because you was, I was a skinny cat. I ain't really getting on no weight. So the way that you roughed me up my freshman year made me go get into the weight room. You know what I mean?
And you became a monster. I was so proud of both of y'all. I watched Eric and you. I watched you at the Wizards. I watched Eric anytime he was on. I remember I wanted to tell you something too, bro. You hit a shot one time and you stood up on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Fam, I thought I was there with you in the game. I was overseas. I jumped and hit my head on the roof when I could still jump. But I just want to tell both of y'all, man, as a former Orangeman, I loved both of y'all. Y'all really represented with that S on your chest. And I just want to say that y'all did me proud, man, because I used to talk a whole lot of mess overseas about you two specifically. You two and Todd Bergen. Y'all want me a little bit of money, so I appreciate that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, take us out, E.
Well, again, man, we appreciate everybody coming on. We know John and Z had to drop. Oh, we appreciate you, E. Always, man. We coming back for more Etan and Devo show. We appreciate everybody listening. We'll see you guys next time.
Love y'all, man. Love y'all.